Yep, let's go.
All right. I am here with the one and only two-time world title holder, Aung La and Sang, the Burmese Python, coming to you live from Kansas City. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you.
I'm doing well, brother. How are you?
Excellent. Happy to be talking to you. It's not showing up on the video here, but I'm rocking the Burmese Python tank. One of a kind. I get superpowers when I wear this shirt.
Yeah, I see you. The last time you were punching pads with that, you were smashing it, right?
It helps a little. Gives me a
Yeah.
little bit of that Python power.
Yep.
So, man, I'm happy to talk to you. This is kind of like a new series that we started for DMV Muay Thai. We are kind of like up and coming um, Muay Thai uh,
Podcast.
community group, and we've launched a series of Muay Thai events, sparring exhibition through the Muay Thai Development League, and now Muay Thai Amateur Athletic Circuit, putting on the first ever sanctioned legal Muay Thai bouts in Maryland. So that's how this
Nice.
whole thing started. Um,
Amazing.
and so I've just been interviewing local amateur fighters for the last 6 months or so to promote these local amateur events. And now here we are with the world class, elite, pro coach and fighter yourself, Aung La and Sang. And you yourself got your start, not your
Yeah,
start, but a big part of your journey. You were here in Maryland. That's how we first
yeah,
met each other, and we were both kind of early on in
yeah.
our training.
Yeah,
And that
you forgot to mention, more importantly, I've been your friend for 16 years.
oh, of course, you're my friend too.
Right?
I didn't want to like
For
embarrass
16
you.
years,
I
bro.
didn't want to embarrass you out
And
there.
we trained together for 16 years. I
Yes,
mean, it's been 16 years since we started training, you know?
yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
man. And speaking of that, Um, we know a lot of the same people, and obviously, you've done incredible things in the sport, making history, becoming a national hero for your home country of Myanmar. But everybody that I bump into that knows you speaks so highly of what a kind and humble person you are, and how friendly you are. So at the end of the day, like that's what people that you come into contact remember about you.
Well, that's really cool. That's really cool for sure. You know, I stay humble, I stay level-headed throughout the journey because life is short, you know, life is short and life is, if you're not humble, life will humble you. You know that, you know.
Yes. Yes.
The fight game humbles us too, you know, the fight game humbles us. And it's an important thing. I guess I'm so much in the fight life that I cannot not be humble, you know.
Absolutely. Yes. Fighting. That's one of the things about fighting, right? Is it's like a perfect metaphor for life. Is you
Yeah,
can seemingly do everything right and prepare to be at your best, but at the end of the day, things are oftentimes left up to fate and what will happen
for
will
sure.
happen. Right.
For sure. You think in your head that you're doing what, you know, you could be doing everything right. You could be doing like you could be working extremely hard and doing everything right, but sometimes you get knocked down, you know, and that's part of life. That's what life is sometimes, you know. But the most important thing lesson that I learned from this journey is as a as a man, as a father and as a husband, you need to keep going and you need to keep working, you know.
Absolutely. And actually, I have a great um, question for that. Sorry, I'm just pulling it up here. Um, Give me a second. I think
Okay.
I have it here. Um, oh, maybe not. Oh, here it
Is
is.
this your
Got it.
is this
Got it.
your
Got it. As you've matured as an athlete and a man, how have you balanced faith, family, and fighting? That's my segue to what you were just talking
yeah,
about.
I think they all go hand in hand, right? It's if you have a strong faith, you'll have a strong family bond. And if you have a strong family bond, you're gonna be able to fight, and you're gonna have you're gonna be able to put everything into fighting, right? And you can become a lot more successful fighter. And that's why it's important for me personally. Like in order, like even when I'm low, even when I'm down, even when I lose fights, like if I have my family, I'm good. If I have my faith, I'm good.
Yes,
I don't need anything else, you know. And I can stand back up, and I can go, and I can work hard again, and I can build back what I lost, or what I even after a loss, I can build back up, and I can be back.
yes. Speaking of building back up and your family, I know you're, ever since I've known you, you've been a man of faith. And I first knew you as a single man living in an apartment, dedicating yourself to your training. And
Yeah.
now, as you've climbed the ranks and had these incredible runs and won championship and done a lot of impactful things in the sport, um, you've also built a large and flourishing family. How your kids are amazing. I've seen them grow up from babies into now up and coming youth athletes themselves. Um, can you talk a little bit about how you're starting to share your passion with your children and other kids in the community?
Yeah, for sure. I'm very fortunate to have a lot of kids that are interested in MMA and in training and in Muay Thai and in Jiu-Jitsu, kickboxing and wrestling, right? And, and that's what my life is about. So I'm very fortunate that I have about right now I have about 6 to 8 kids that are really like into it, and really want to train with me. And they've been training with me for a while now. Um, and it's just good to see the progress, and it's one of those things like if we give an iPad to a kid for an hour, 2 hour, it's not a big deal, right?
Right.
So in that same sense, if we let them train for 2 hours, it shouldn't be a big deal, right? It's a much more productive way of life for the kid to be stronger, to be healthier, to be more disciplined, and to have exercise, and to be mentally more focused. It's better for them, right? So
Right.
I believe that martial arts, Muay Thai, kickboxing, jujitsu, whatever it is it's better for a kid's development than than if they didn't have it.
100%.
And that's why I want to make sure I have a community, and I have like an outlet for my kids to be in the program.
How are the kids competing now? I think they're doing jujitsu tournaments and they're starting to do
Yep,
like kickbox sparring. If I
yep,
watch your social and I see some of that.
yep. Ong Di and Ethan both probably have about 50 jiu-jitsu matches,
Wow.
10 or 20 wrestling matches. So just imagine that they're 10 years old. When they're 20 years old, in 10 years, they're going to have about, I would say, 500 matches, 500 jiu-jitsu matches, like maybe 500 wrestling matches,
Uh-huh.
and like 50 kickboxing Muay Thai matches. Imagine how good they would be, right?
Right.
Yeah,
And
and they're still under my roof at that age. So it's going to be good. So my next 10-year plan is to do that, right? And that's the only way. That's the only way we're going to be able to catch up with the level of competitors internationally, right? You take a guy like Rot 10 that you guys are very familiar with. He's been training since he was 6 years old, 5 years old, and he's been fighting for since he was like 6, 7, 8 years old. And that's why he's so good, because he has about 300 matches.
right.
And I'm just trying to replicate that. My son, my nephew, they're gonna have like 500 jujitsu matches, 500 like wrestling matches, you know, like 50, 60 like kickboxing, boxing matches.
Yes.
So they're gonna be very well rounded by the time they're like 20 years old.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree 100%. And that's in large part why I got involved with these sparring exhibition bouts for the youth.
Yeah.
I put my own daughter in, and that allowed her to gain as much experience as possible
Yep.
at a very young age, under 10 years old, and mid 10, 11, 12. And then
Yeah.
she was able to compete on the world stage and win an IFMA gold medal. And I think very much
Yeah.
because of that vast experience she was able to get in a relatively short period of time,
Yeah.
and as well as the
And,
other kids in our programs.
and she's very talented, right? Your daughter is very talented, naturally talented, right?
Mhm.
I mean, she put in the work, but she's also very naturally gifted.
Sure. Yeah, there's a
But there are kids that are not naturally gifted, right? But it's okay. Like it's very funny because I had a friend that was the guy that fought in KSW, and he won with the first omoplata, and he's a very very high level jiu-jitsu fighter, right? And he was training my kids like a couple days ago, and he said to me, "Man, your son and your nephew, they're so talented." And I look at him and I said, "Talented? My son is the least talented guy. He's the most uncoordinated, the most unathletic kid, and he's very soft. That like you laugh, but I'm telling you this. After class, we would drill for an hour straight.
Uh-huh.
I would have them spar, drill, and then spar. Like drill for 30 minutes, spar. Every single day after practice, I would do that. Right? He has two left feet and he is very unathletic. But then on those days, I would make him do an extra work. Right? That's what makes him talented.
I
Not
see.
the fact that he's born with it. He's not.
Mhm.
Nobody like some people are born with it, some people are not. Like I, as a coach, want to be able to train kids who are not specially gifted,
Right.
right?
That's right.
Uh,
That's what's
Yeah,
significant when you can bring somebody who doesn't
yeah,
have the natural abilities
yeah.
and
If you can only train people that have natural ability,
Mhm.
that it doesn't make you that special, you know? If you can train somebody that's not gifted
Yes.
and somebody from a very like humble in a physical like attribute sense,
Mhm.
that makes you a good coach, you know, that makes you a great coach, you
Yeah.
know.
Great. Um, Man, we can talk all day about this stuff.
Yeah,
But what I want to make sure we get to is we're here to talk about everything around you and your history, but also you're going to be back in Maryland next week and Virginia
yeah,
conducting 2 days of seminars. One
yeah,
day where I coach at Rising Tide Academy in
yeah,
Finksburg, Maryland, and one day at Capital MMA in Lorton, Virginia.
yeah,
So the whole community is excited to have you back up into the area. Again,
yeah,
everybody here knows you because you
yeah,
you kind of laid your roots here in a sense, and you're
yeah.
coming back to conduct this seminar. Can you talk a little bit about just the seminar and what you hope to accomplish?
For sure, I would love to. You know, I know there's a lot of uh, there's a lot of DMV fellows, you know, people from the DMV that just loves Muay Thai, loves MMA, and loves training, right? So yeah, and and
A lot of
and
flexibility.
and, and in these seminars, I just hope, right? I just hope if I could just maybe somehow show them the way, right? Show them even maybe a mindset, like you think of DMV and you think, man, like we're not special, like we're not that level, which may be true, but if you work at it, your level can get up there, you know?
Your
And
evidence of it.
yeah, yeah, and I say that because like I'm gonna give you an example, like Dagestan, right? Why are they so good now? Like we're fighting tonight. I'm fighting a guy from Khabib's team, right?
Wow.
Why are they so good now? They had no resources. They had nothing. But
Mhm.
there's one thing that they do: consistency and hard work, right?
Mhm.
And if I can encourage maybe the youth from the DMV area, it's just that
Yeah.
consistency and self belief and to work hard, you know, to work hard to give the honest work, you
Mhm.
know, and I promise you, you can go very very far.
That's great. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, for somebody like you who laid roots here in Maryland and the DMV area
Yeah,
to go on and do what you've done and to come back and just share a little bit of your skills
yeah,
and techniques. It gives the local up and comers just like a little taste to know like
yeah,
it's possible. It's possible to do what you've
for
done.
sure, for sure. And also like remember when I fought as the main event in Japan, like guys like Rot 10, these guys were in my undercard,
Mhm.
right?
Wow.
They were like the preliminary cards, right?
Wow.
And just in a few short years it changes, right?
Right.
And I'm telling you this, like especially for somebody like your daughter, right? Like in her head she doesn't want to train and she doesn't want to do these things, right? But the thing is, if you want to reach that level you have to put in the work. Like you have to put in the work. There is no shortcut, you know.
Right.
Like we all want that product. We all want to get to that goal, right?
Uh-huh.
But we always want to surpass the journey to get to that goal, you
Uh-huh.
know. And if I could show people like in the DMV area, it will be techniques that work, right? Techniques that work in a Muay Thai fight and an MMA fight. Techniques that work that I've seen, you know, and used in my own fights and trained. And more than that is the mindset, you know, the mindset to work hard and have a community that works hard together,
Yeah.
you know. And I think that's what's missing, right? Instead of building each other up, like breaking each other down is going to take us along like a lot further. Like it won't take us as further as far as if we work together as a community, you know.
Agree. Agree. Yep. Back to the whole DMV Muay Thai community. That's what we're trying to do is kind of help
Yeah,
bridge some of those gaps and bring the whole community together because we can do so much more as
yeah,
a strong community than just trying to fight for our, for our
yeah,
own purposes
for
and
sure.
motivations and things like that. So that's something I love being a part of. Um, so you're in Kansas City now because you're you put in quite a run as a fighter yourself, but over these last few years, you've been doing quite a lot of coaching and cornering work. Yeah.
Yeah,
So like, what is your like trajectory look like now since you're putting a lot more time into working with the kids and cornering and coaching other up and coming fighters. I think you're coaching Kevin Lee tonight, right? Kevin Lee
yeah.
is he a main event for the
He's the
card?
main event. Yeah,
Talk a little bit
he's
about his fight and what you're doing there.
yeah. He's the main event for this fight. He's fighting a young, like Dagestani fighter,
Mhm.
and he won the PFL tournament last year. You know,
Mhm.
and we're short notice replacement, but we are in the semifinals. So it's a tall task for us, right? But we have a good game plan in place. Um, and and if everything aligns, finger crossed, right? I think we're like minus 2,000 or something like that underdog.
Wow.
Yeah, the guy, if you bet $2,000, you win $100 on him. So we're a big underdog, right?
Uh,
So we're looking to pull off this upset, uh, and it's going to be a hard task. But if anyone can do it, Kevin Lee can do it. You know?
yeah, you talked about the mindset, and
Yeah,
there's always opportunities
yeah, for
if
sure.
you're
Prepared.
yes.
Yeah,
So yeah, this is the question I was trying to get to that we were kind of starting to get into is how has your mindset evolved over the years from a hungry up and comer now to a veteran and a role model? That's what I was trying to get
yeah.
at.
When you're younger, like you have something to prove, right? You have something to prove, and you're hungry, and you have something to prove, and you want to make a name for yourself, right?
Mhm.
But as I get older, I'm embracing the role of a coach,
Mhm.
and as a coach, I want to prove something as well. You know, I still
But
have
it's
something to
different
prove.
by working with the people around you, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah. And I want to honor them by being the mentor and the guide that they could use, right?
Um,
Ultimately, as a coach, you can only help them, but they have to choose to execute it, right?
Uh-huh.
It doesn't matter how good of a coach you are to your daughter or to the young kids. If they don't choose to if they don't choose to fight or if they don't choose to train hard, then it doesn't matter, you know? But what matters is that you instill that mindset of to working hard, you know? So for me as a coach, like I'm gonna make them work hard and I'm gonna make sure they have all the tools they need, right? And then on game day, it's on them to show, right? So so whenever my fighters fight, I don't take credit for it, you know. I I take like it's on them. I don't take credit. I don't act like I'm the magic sauce. They have to do the thing. They have to do their job in order to win, you know. They have to find it within themselves, right?
Yes.
Why do most people retire from fighting? Because they don't have that will anymore, right? They don't have that heart anymore. It's not worth it for them, right?
Mhm.
So so it's like as a coach, I equip them and I make sure their mind and their body and their soul is good, but ultimately it's on them, you know?
Sure. Um, so are you starting to look then at coaching and mentorship more seriously now that you're getting towards the end of your fighting career?
For sure, for sure, for sure. It's I'm still not done fighting, you know, but I'm gonna take that role much more seriously,
Mhm.
for sure.
What's
Hey, can I pause real quick? Can we pause real quick?
yeah,
There's a call. Just pause it real quick.
okay.
There's a knock on my door real quick.
Okay. Okay, we're back. We just took a quick time out. So as we near the end of this talk here, we were talking about you kind of transitioning into some of your mentoring and coaching roles.
Yeah.
Do you have any other plans for fighting in this year, or just kind of waiting to find out what's happening with your contract with one?
Yeah, I'm waiting on a fight. I'm hoping for November
Hmm.
at the latest, at the latest. If not, I'm gonna try to get a fight earlier than that. Remember you said about coaching role, right? In 2015, 2000, like I almost retired from fighting and became a full-time like coach.
Oh,
I was coaching since like 2010, 2014. We
uh-huh.
like I had like in I was like very involved in a gym and I was going to be a coach. I was my fighting career wasn't where I wanted to go, and I was going to be a full time coach. And you know how life happens, and everything aligns, and I got a good break in my fight career,
Yeah.
and here we are. You know, coming almost like full circle. You know,
Yeah.
yeah, but it's kind of cool. You know, I'm 40 years old now.
What?
I've done what I want to do.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
crazy, right?
Yeah.
But
It's wild how, time just keeps on ticking, but it's
yeah,
awesome to see when we do circle back and you look back to see where we first connected and everything that's happened in
yeah,
between. It's an incredible journey. Um,
yeah.
speaking of which, I mean, you've done so many things, but one of which you became a household name through one championship, um, becoming, like I said, a national hero in your home country, even putting up a statue in your honor. What has that experience meant to you? And I know you have deep ties, to friends and family and things, meaningful things in your home country. Um, what does all that mean to you?
I guess it's just, leading the way for the next wave of fighters, right? Now we have a guy like Joshua Van who is, making a lot of the noises in the UFC.
Mhm.
Uh, like I'm just happy that I was able to pave the road for them.
Yes.
And like Burma, Myanmar has a lot of fighters in the country, right? But we just because of the political situation over there, we haven't been able to make like most out of it. But I hope in the future it will, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, unfortunately, politics makes
Yeah,
everything messy.
yeah, yeah.
But
And the situation around the world is not very good right now. But that's why it's important that us as a community come together and we build each other up instead of tear each other down. And I'm saying that for the DMV area as well, right?
yeah,
To be able to build each other up, you know. Remember, a guy like Rod 10 is a superstar now, right? But when I first met him, it was a lot different,
yeah,
you know?
yeah. The ebbs and the flows
Yeah,
of human
yeah,
nature, and like you said, a lot of it is faith, hard work, and preparation,
yeah.
and obviously some luck in the mix there too, right?
Even like the UFC champion DDP, you know, Dricus.
Mhm.
I was the champion and I owned a house and he rented from me, you know? Just think about it, right? Yeah. But
That
that's what I'm saying. It's like
it's ironic.
there is no special sauce except yourself. You
Uh-huh.
are the special sauce, you
Mm.
know?
And what flavor are you?
Tangy, spicy. I don't know, bro.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, this has been a great chat. I have a million questions for you, but I'm going to ask you more in person when I see you. But we're really excited to have you up here
Yep.
next week. We wish you and your team best luck and good skill tonight
Yep.
as you prepare for this fight up ahead tonight. Um,
Thank
and
you.
let me leave you with one question before we wrap up.
Yeah.
What is your favorite moment from your fight career?
Probably 2019 in Japan when I fought Brendan Vera for the light heavyweight defense. Remember?
Yeah, that was
Like
my
that, and then
actually watching you. Oh my God.
yeah,
It was like that one like hit me deep watching that fight and watching you just show
yeah,
the way you did.
yeah. And then my family got to come down and we got to try Jiro sushi.
Oh yeah, I remember watching that
Yeah.
moment.
That was the most special moment, right?
Uh-huh.
Things like that are just memories, man. It's like only now memories, but it's like a it's like so special, you know. It gives me like goosebumps right now thinking about it, you know. But at that time, it's like you just have to seize that opportunity. You just have to take it by the horn, you know, grab the bull by the horn, and you just have to make the most out of it, you know. And it's just a mindset, you know.
Awesome. Well, again,
And again, I'm saying Rock Ten, he's a big star now, but at that time, he's in the prelims and he wants to take a picture with me, you know.
wow.
But yeah, it's one of those things. Like,
I've been to his seminar too. He's conducted a seminar
yeah,
in Muay
he's
Thai.
the sweetest guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
awesome.
I love that kid. I love that kid, you know. I mean, he's not a kid anymore, you know. He's got
Yeah,
a kid of his own now, you know.
he started a family too.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
So,
listen, we're excited to have you here next week. And anybody who's watching that's in the local DMV, if you
yeah,
guys are within 3 hours, please
yeah,
hit us up on DMV Muay Thai. Contact us how to register for Aung La's
yeah,
striking seminar, right? It's going to be focused on striking mostly, correct?
yeah, for
Oh,
sure.
yeah, because that's been your bread and butter,
Yeah,
your knockout sequences.
yeah.
So we're excited.
And more than that, like we're gonna work on like understanding different kind of fighters
Mhm.
and different like different attributes using different strengths, you know.
Sure.
Like you have your strength, I have my strength. Like learning how to use your attributes, you know.
Good. Right.
As a fighter, I'm not special. Like I'm not physically gifted, but I'm telling you, there are guys that are gifted. Like your daughter is gifted, right? But there are ways to be gifted and like the Goliaths. There are ways to beat the Goliaths as David, you know?
Well,
So
that's neat to hear because a lot of lessons and seminars are kind of like cut and paste. This is what worked for me, so
yeah,
here try this. But you're saying that you're going to kind of like
yeah,
give people some ideas on how to use their attributes
exactly.
with other kinds of opponents.
And how to fight attributes, how to fight people
Uh,
of different attributes.
Neat.
So
Well, don't give it all away. They got to
no,
sign up and come learn it and practice
yeah,
it with you in person. Again, 1 week, June 27th, Friday night,
yeah,
Rising Tide, Finksburg. That's in Carroll
yeah,
County. And Saturday afternoon at Capital MMA in Lorton, Virginia.
yeah.
Both are really cool spaces. So,
And I hope and I hope like I can show you what we pros at Kill Cliff do,
Mm,
and then as well kind of like cater it towards the level there, and the skill set there and the attributes of the athletes there.
yeah,
So
sounds neat.
yeah, it'll be cool, brother.
Any other sponsors or shout outs you want to make before we wrap this up?
Python MMA. Let's go.
Python.
Yeah.
I'll be the I'll be one of the members.
All right, let's go.
All right. Great to see you, buddy. And can't wait to
Thank you,
connect with
brother. Oh, Sawadee Kap.
you. Okay. Talk to you.